Hey out there, good morning. I'm in Union Beach, at the beach. I come down here just about every day. Get centered, take a look at the beach. Sunrise a little while ago. Seagulls are out there. It's a little overcast, but it's still beautiful. See all those seagulls? I think you can. I'm headed out over to the Keansburg house after this. There's going to be a transformation going on over there today. Primer. Picked up a 5-gallon pail of the best primer. I'm priming the kitchen, the bathroom, living room, dining room. Yes, it's kind of out of order because I still have to finish that hallway. But so what, right? I was hoping these seagulls did something that they did the other day when I was down here. Let me tell you what they did. I saw a seagull and he grabbed like a piece of wood off the beach and he flew up, straight up, like, I don't know, maybe 40, 50 feet. And it fell out of his mouth. And I was like, wonder what's up with that. First I thought it was a fish, right? But no, it was a piece of wood. It fell back down to the beach. He went back down and got the piece of wood. So what the heck is this guy doing? He flew back up there, a little bit higher this time, and dropped it. And then a couple other seagulls came over. He went down and got it again. They were playing. They were doing some kind of like, I don't know if you guys played it, but I used to play something like that, like kill the guy with the ball when I was a little boy. It was a little different. They weren't killing each other, but they were having a good time, and they were squawking. I never thought about seagulls playing games. It was pretty cool. This beach never looked like this when I was a kid. I know I said that 100 times, but I'm pretty impressed with... it's been a long time in the works. So I got one more quick story before we head over to Keansburg. On my way here, I got caught behind a school bus because school is open. Drive carefully. Got behind a school bus. Red lights come on, so you got to stop. And there's a father letting the little kid was getting on the bus. And when he got onto the bus, I saw the father look up to where the kid was in the bus and like wave. And it like moved me. Like, want to talk about love. Holy cow. I saw the love in that father's eyes, and I'm thinking about the kid on the bus, like, feeling loved. Like, I don't know. I shared this stuff before. I know it sounds a little deep, but I shared this stuff before, but I got to witness it, and it just made me feel better. Do you ever have anything like that happen? So I'm in the kitchen at the Keansburg house. I'm going to start doing a light sanding in here, and then I'm going to prime this baby. I can't wait. I can't wait to put paint on the walls. Like last night, it was hard for me to sleep. I'm thinking, hey, maybe I can go over now. But you know what? The spackle's probably not dry. And Diane would kill me leaving at 11. So anyway, I'm over here. It's just ready to be primed after I hit it with a light sanding. Let me show you how I determine whether or not the joints and everything else are ready to be primed. And a little asterisk. Is that how you say it? I know that I'm not a spackler. I know somebody out there that's a professional spackler is going to be like, this guy doesn't know where he's going. And I'm not claiming that I necessarily do. The end product comes out pretty good, though. If I hired this out, or if I hired someone to do the spackling, I would probably want one more coat of spackle on here, to feather it out a little bit more. But for all intents and purposes, for what I do, this is going to be fun. Here's one test I do to see if I'm ready, especially at the joints where the drywall matches up where it's tapered. Let me show you. That is the knife, and I'm almost embarrassed to say that I use for all the spackling. 6-inch knife. Now I have an 8-inch here, 8-inch in my hand. So a regular spackler that does it for a living probably uses like a 6-inch to tape, an 8-inch to come back, and maybe a 10-inch to feather it out, even a 12-inch. Not me. I use a 6. It's much more manageable. I used to try to do the 8 and 10s, and it just never came out that good. So I take the 8-inch after I got 2 coats of spackle. After the first coat, I came in and I sanded lightly, and then I put another coat on. And I'm going to put this here, right? And I'm going to look down. I'm going to see, hey, is it flush, or do I need another coat on there? Now, don't forget, I have to sand this a little bit. But it's nice and flush. Like, there's no gaps. I use one of these holders when I have the spackle out. I used to put it in this like square bucket thing, but they were always such a pain in the butt to clean at the end, and this is so much easier.
I use 120 after the first coat. It's a more coarse sandpaper. But then I'm going to use 150 or even 180 for the final sand. How's this going to look after primer's on there? It's going to look amazing. Now I really don't have to do anything with this wall over here because there's going to be base cabinets, there's going to be wall cabinets, there's going to be a countertop, there's going to be backsplash, but I'll probably still hit it with a coat of primer just to seal everything up. I'm going to be putting crown molding up there. It's going to be beautiful. I'm going to come in here. This is all prepped. I got to sand it. Same thing in the bathroom. This is going to look a lot different by the end of the day. Now, this stuff is bleeding through where the wallpaper was for some reason. So I might hit this with Kills on the bottom just to make sure nothing bleeds through. And then, yeah, it's almost like that big patch up there. It was never even a hole. However, it's a little indentation up there that I might hit. Now I know a painter out there or a spackler or a home designer or HGTV person or somebody out there is going to be critical about what I'm going to say, but I'm going to say it anyway. Those walls aren't in that great a shape. Yes, I sanded them to begin with. Then I put 2 coats of spackle and I sanded in between those coats. They're pretty good, but they're not great, right? So what am I going to do? I'm going to either use flat or like eggshell. Or if there's a matte finish, then I will. Because that shows so many less perfections. I've used shinier stuff before because they said the scrubbability is a lot better. I think that's BS. I think you could scrub a good flat or at least a matte, and it's not going to be that big of a deal. Anyway, make a long story short, the less shine you have on paint, the less imperfections that are going to show through, and the final product looks so much better. That was a little tip from Harry. Hey, I don't usually give like product endorsements or anything like that. I'm going to start doing that though because I got a couple products that I use that are awesome. So I just got done priming the kitchen, and I got to tell you, this might be the best primer I've ever used. It was so thick when it came out that I thought there was something wrong with it. Let me show you. I got it from Lowe's. Stain blocking, bonding, extreme adhesion. So you can put it on the raw drywall as well as other walls that have already been painted. Here's the finished product in the kitchen. I mean, when I was putting this stuff on, it was so thick, it was so awesome. So I'm gonna go ahead and start the bathroom now. So I was having a conversation with myself. I just got done doing the bathroom. So I got the kitchen and the bathroom done. And the conversation went like this. Is the painting as good as you thought it was gonna be, Harry? Heck yeah. It's so satisfying. The smell in this house is amazing. So here's the kitchen, right? Primed with the best primer ever. Holy cow, it's almost done, right? All right, not quite done, you know what I mean. Bathroom. I wasn't gonna prime this because the tile's going over it. And I said, you know what? This is super adhesion primer. Now listen, every once in a while I make a mistake. Every once in a while, come on, I'm giving myself credit there. I make a mistake a lot. Let me show you one of the mistakes. I forgot to patch that hole, so I already primed this, right? Because the electrician moved the outlet to there, from there, and then I forgot to patch it. I went through the house patching the other day, and I forgot to patch it. Not a big deal. So now I'm coming into the dining room and living room, and I am going to sand these walls down one more time, and when you see it again, it's gonna be beautiful. So the house smells so much better. No, that is not coke. Get your minds out of the gutter. Drywall dust. So let me show you. It came out nice. Kitchen primed, right? Nice. Now I know it's primed, so you're not getting the full like dramatic, like bam, like night and day. But if you look back at other videos, you can see how much better it looks. Dining room, all primed. I was wondering how the walls were going to come out because the old wallpaper glue was bleeding through, but it looks like it's pretty good. This, like I said, this primer is amazing. All right, dining room, living room. I love when a plan comes together. I'm trying to think of how long it took me to do the dining room, living room, bathroom, kitchen, prepping the walls with one more sanding, and then painting everything with the primer. Plus I went home twice to get coffee. Yeah, not the neatest. I'm thinking it took somewhere around 5 hours. So, I'm fine with that. I can't wait. I'm going to start getting the crown molding. I'm going to start picking out the colors for the walls. We'll be moving along. So, as we go along, I'll let you guys know.